It looks like I have a pink mullet. It really does. I wonder if I take this out and if I pin just like the top half, if it would look more like a mullet. Let's see. Let's see together, shall we? No, I've ruined the mullet. And welcome back to my channel. We addressed this hair at the end of the video, but it is still wet. I washed it earlier, and I washed it like 3 hours ago. My hair is so thick that it's still wet, so I couldn't actually style it the way I wanted to, so I just kind of pinned it back because I just wanted it out of my face. My bangs are right here, don't worry, I still have bangs. I just didn't style my hair again because it's still wet, so there. They're still there. But this is today's look. I'm not the biggest fan of it, if I'm gonna be real honest. It's not one that I really love, but as the video progresses, I like it a little bit more than I did originally, but still not one of my favorites that I've ever done. But you know, I kind of talked about this a little bit later. It's different for me. It's different, and the lip combo is definitely something that I wouldn't normally have picked with this eyeshadow look, but we are here, and I don't hate it, but it's definitely not one that I would normally wear, which, you know, that's just kind of like, oh, that was the sound of wasabi falling off my lap. Anyway, make sure you subscribe to my channel before you leave. Help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. Give us a big thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get started. Before I even get into this, I just want to say this look is not it. Like, I'm not feeling this. I tried some new products and I just don't like them. But we're here, and you know, sometimes tutorials go that way. I just don't care for this look, like, at all. I'm not feeling it, and it's such a shame because I really wanted to like it, and I just don't. I actually had another look on. I took it off because it was just terrible, and then I redid it differently and it still looks awful. Like, I just hate this. I hate this, and it looks weird right here in particular. I just don't like this. I just don't like this. I'm not feeling it. I think this might be my least favorite look I've ever done. Like, it's just awful. I just hate it. But we're here, and maybe you guys can recreate this in a different manner and send it to me, and hopefully you guys get this to work, because I clearly did not, and that's just where we are. So I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. I used to love this. If you're subscribed to my channel, I used to love this eyeshadow primer, and I used it today, and I'm just not as obsessed, and I had to mix it up because it was like liquidy, but we're gonna use it, and we're gonna see. But I'm hoping when I get like foundation, concealer on, it looks more put together, but I'm just not feeling this look. So the palette I'm going to use today is the Morphe James Charles. Now, I know they are discontinuing this, but you can actually find it on sale. My Ulta still has it in stock. I think they have the little ones now. I have the original, like, massive, huge one. I was using this today, and I don't really love it. I remember doing a review on it years ago. So I'm first gonna take, let's do this while we're talking, Playground, which is this blue right here. I don't think I ever played with the blues, which is what I'm using today, and I was using it today and I just don't love it. Like, I remember really liking this palette and being like, oh my god, like, it's so good. And that was in 2019, so it's not even really that old. I have older palettes that work better, and I used it, and this shade is just really patchy. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's not super pigmented. I know some of these are pressed pigments, but I'm a person who loves pressed pigments, and I just don't care for these. Like, I really don't, and I don't love it. Like, I don't really use this palette all that much. It's a great palette, and like, I liked it, but using it now, I'm not the biggest fan, which is crazy because I believe I used it last year, the beginning of last year, like in January, and I still really liked it, but I don't care for these blues or this pinky purple that I used, like at all, and it's such a shame because they look really pretty in the pan, but they just don't perform well on the eyes at all. And let me turn up my brightness on that light there. I look really dark, I think. The sun is out. I usually film at night, and I don't have blinds because my blinds are broken. So that could be a reason why the lighting looks so funny to me. But I just don't love this palette, and I was supposed to film another video after this. And truthfully, I don't know if this makeup will last it because I hate it that much. I think I might, I'm taking a cream shadow. The one in here is called Canvas. It's just a cream matte. I might wash this off and put something else on just to film that next video because I'm not feeling this look. And I usually don't do that. Like, I usually will just suck it up and power through it. Even a video or a look that I'm not 100% in love with, I will just finish filming it because that's like the look that I have, and some people really like looks that I don't. So I just, you know, I want to appeal to my audience, and some people have, some of my most viewed videos are some looks that I'm not 100% in love with, and that's why I finished them, because some people, everybody has different tastes, and that's why I'm doing this, but I'm not loving this. So then I'm going to take the shade right underneath that, which is called Cola. It's this dark navy. Truthfully, I would probably use, it's a little bit darker than this, but I would use, if you have the palette, I would use the Lorac Pro 2 navy shade in there. Compared to this one's just kind of patchy in my opinion. I don't love it, but we're here. Pack that on the outer edge in like a triangular fashion. But yeah, I am filming today. It should be up right after this video, or maybe before. I'm not sure. If it's up already, I'll link it up in the cards. If it's not, it's coming. I'm filming a 2021 makeup year in review. I'm giving little mini reviews over everything I tried this year, and some in 2020 because I didn't really update you guys on anything I tried in 2020. And I pulled everything out today. There's a lot to go through. A lot to go through. And I am kind of excited to do that video. And I'm going to take the Canvas shade again. The good thing about this palette that I will say is that it has a lot of shades. Now, that can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on your preferences. Some people don't like bigger palettes because they have more shades and because they're intimidating to use. I don't mind them. I actually like palettes. I do think that this one in particular has never really inspired me, and I do like the palette. Like I said, I'm just not in love with these shades that I'm using today, which is crazy because I love the greens in here, I love the neutrals in here, but the blues are just not really doing it for me. But that's okay. But it has a lot of different shades in here, which is really, really nice to have. And then I'm going to take this shade, which is called Single, and it's this one right here. It's a very light purpley color. It's almost like a medium tone purple because I didn't want to go to this one or this deep purple. I wanted to lighten it up. That way it fades into the white shadow. And I was originally going to do, like, I had like a line of liner that's really popular right now over my crease, but because I have hooded eyes, it just looked so out of place. And the liner I was using, you guys will see shortly, I'm not the biggest fan of, and it'll be included in my 2021 videos because I just used it today for the first time and I don't like it. Maybe it's the shade because it is a white, but I have the Sephora white eyeliner and I love it. But this one, I don't know what it is. But I'm gonna pack that right into Cola like that, and I'm gonna get a nice little fade. I'm gonna put it up in my crease just barely because I am cutting the crease, so whatever I put there will probably get covered up anyway. And just pack, 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 pack. And then I'm gonna take the brush that had Cola on it and just kind of blend them together with no extra product, just taking it very, very gently and blending it.
Who is that?
I don't know. I don't know. There's a cat behind me, but I can't see who it is. And then I'm gonna take that brush that we had single on and blend as well. Now I'm going to take a different brush. I have so many brushes out here and I have a bunch of stuff in my hands. I'm going to take the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. This is in the shade Pale. I'm actually cutting my crease with this today because I didn't want to cut it a lot, if that makes sense. After I changed the look, I was like, I'm just going to cut the first half so that white has something to cling to. Normally, if you're subscribed to my channel, the only thing I ever use to cut my crease is the Maybelline Master Conceal. This is the best thing to cut your crease with. It's a little too heavy for my under eyes, but I love to cut my crease with it. But because I didn't want to go like full in, I used this and it worked. You could use really any concealer. It's all about personal preference. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this. Like I said, I don't want a whole lot, so I'm just taking it very, very gently because I don't want a whole lot. And I'm not even touching the tip of the sponge applicator, which is where most of the product will be. You guys can't even see. Let's zoom you out a little bit, because I do have to get pretty close to my mirror to do this because I'm blind. You guys know that. Without my glasses, I literally cannot see. And I'm just gonna start flicking this into that purple shade, and then I'm going to take my finger and just very gently pat it. I want to make sure I have absorbed all the extra product before I go in with the shadow. And like I said, it's just a very soft cut crease. It's not like super intense, which is why I decided to flare it out as much as I did. I usually leave it a little bit harsher. And then I'm going to take that purple, very, very gently do that. And then I'm going to take the white in here, which is called Flashback, and it's just a plain white shadow. It's not ideal for this because it's not super pigmented. I mean, it's pigmented, but it's not like huge. You do have to layer it, but it works. It gets the job done. And I think just now, because this palette was released, I bought it in 2019. I've tried so many different palettes and there are so many different formulas. I believe Morphe reformulated, that I haven't really used a whole lot of my old stuff or older stuff, and it's not a terrible palette by any means. It works. It's just not wowing me right now. It's just crazy because, like, I remember loving this in my review. I'm gonna take a little bit more of Single and just very, very gently tap between those two shades to blend them together. So it's like dark blue, purple, white. Not happy with this look. I'm gonna take a little bit more of Cola. Not a lot. I'm actually tapping it off on my desk to get most of the pigment off. I don't want it to be too much. Not happy with this look. It reminds me of, what look was it for How I Like It? So Bad? Was it So Bad, So Bad? That I just was not a fan of. I think it was that one. Watch me just be playing. I'll be like, just kidding. Okay, now I'm going to take the Benefit roller liner. I think mine is on its last legs because I do use this quite frequently and it's not as pigmented as it once was. So I think it's just time to finish it up and then buy a new one. But I'm gonna take this real quick. I'm gonna make a wing Hopefully I can get them even. This is where things get hard. And then right on top of it, just barely in, I didn't go all the way in with this, I'm going to take the Colourpop liquid liner in the shade Graceland. This came with their Cherry Crush collection. I know they have a white liner and like normally. I don't care for this. I've only used it once and it's already bleeding onto the top, and I just don't care for this. I prefer this one from Sephora if you're looking for a good liquid white eyeliner. I prefer this one. This is the Sephora Colorful Wink It Felt Liner in the shade Bone White. I prefer this one. This one is really, really nice. I really like it. I've used it on top of shadows and it looks perfect. And then the Colourpop one is just, so the one on top is Sephora, the one on bottom is Colourpop. It's just not as white. Even before I started messing with it, like obviously you can tell there's product on there, but I've cleaned it off. It's just not as white, and it's, in my opinion, not as easy to use as the Sephora one. The Sephora one is also a felt tip, but it's a smaller, more compact felt tip, and I think that's a big reason why I prefer it compared to the Colourpop one. I'm truthfully not a huge fan of felt tip liners. I prefer like a bristle, even though the roller liner is a felt tip. I just prefer the bristles a lot more these days. I used to prefer the felt tip, but now I think the bristles are easier for me. That's just personal preference, but I do prefer this one over this one. The Sephora liners aren't that expensive. I'm not a big fan of this one. Maybe I need to try a different color. Just not a fan. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Hopefully I can stay in frame. If not, I'll just come back to you guys in a minute because I do have to get pretty dang close to my mirror to do this because again, I'm blind and I can't see what I'm doing. So bear with me. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. That Colourpop liner, I don't like it. I'm not a fan at all, which is such a shame because I've seen a lot of people like them, which makes me think maybe I just need to try the black. Maybe the white isn't white enough, if that makes sense. So now that we have that out of the way, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced glitter glue. This is my favorite glitter glue on the planet, and I'm actually gonna glue down right over top that white because I thought that the matte look wasn't pigmented enough. That's after layering that shadow, so I put some glitter on top. This is the Lick Cosmetics glitter. I don't remember what shade it is because it's not actually on this container, but I will have it linked down below, and it's just a white glitter and it's really, really pretty. You can use it on your lips on top of lipstick. I don't normally do that. I normally just put it on my lids like I did today. That is kind of my method of using this. I don't really do the whole glittery lip situation, but you can if you want to. So I'm actually going to use the same brush I used earlier. I'm just going to wipe it off on my hand and put this on. Ooh, I don't want to put that much on. And I know I did this right over top of eyeliner. I did that on purpose because I didn't want the glitter particles to get into the liner, like not on the lid but in the actual tube, because it's like impossible to get them all out and you'll be doing a wing and you'll just find little specks of glitter. It's happened to me before. So sometimes I'll do it because I'll forget, but I didn't forget today. So I'm just gonna do it like this. And then I'm going to just pack this glitter on. This glitter is so pretty. I don't have a lot of glitter. I used to at one point and I got rid of a lot of it because I just didn't really use it. I still don't really use this. I'm gonna be real honest. I don't really reach for this all that much, but it is so pretty. I can't bring myself to get rid of it. I have a red one too, and I love the red one. And I think I like the white one more because you can put it on top of literally anything and it'll look good. And I'm going to just flake it in to the purple very, very gently and it is falling, but that's okay. And then I'll take the purple single shade and blend it in to the glitter once the glue dries a little bit better. And then I'm going to take just a makeup wipe that I have on standby because I'm using glitter and glitter glue today, so I need to clean the back of my hand off before it gets everywhere. But this glitter is amazing. I'm a big fan of this. Big fan of that. I'm going to stick it back in the drawer while that glue is drying. The red one that I was talking about is this one. Again, it doesn't have the name on the packaging, but I used it in the Break Up With Your Girlfriend I'm Bored tutorial, and I really liked the way the look turned out. It's really pretty. And then I'm going to take the same brush that had single on it and just boop, 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 boop. Kind of like that. Just very gently blending it in to the glitter, kind of covering up the glitter a little bit, so it looks better. Obviously there's going to be a sharp line because I cut the crease and that's kind of where it ends, but I wanted to make it a little bit more blended, a little bit. So then I'm going to take that brush that we had the canvas shade on. I'm going to just blend out edges a little. This look is raw. My vacuum cleaner is in here. It's making its debut. I can't reach it. I was gonna move it for you, but I can't reach it. So that's just where we are. I haven't done my hair yet. I washed it. It's drying, so it's just pinned up in this little thing. By the time I do the outro and intro, I would have done my hair. But right now, it's not done. Not yet. And now I have everything pulled out here. I think this is everything. I'm going to take the e.l.f. Happy Hydration Cream. I do have glitter all over me from the Lick Glitter. What time is it? It's 2:50. And it feels weird for me to be filming so early. Like, I never film so early in the day. I did when I had hand surgery and I wasn't allowed to work. I filmed throughout the day because I had nothing else to do. But I just don't normally film throughout the day. I usually film in the evening. That's usually when I'm most inspired. That's usually when I have the most time. And I just felt like doing it today. You know, I was gonna film a couple days ago and I've been dealing with really intense migraines and like focal seizures and things like that. So I haven't really filmed much at all. And I wanted to film yesterday, but I've had a migraine for 3 days and yesterday was really gnarly. So I decided not to stare at lights that usually make my eyes hurt anyway, because I thought that was a bad idea. Okay, so I do like this. And I know I just filmed a declutter, but the thing that I've done that was not very intelligent that I did do was I mixed everything back in together after I decluttered it to film the upcoming video that I'm gonna film, and I'm gonna have to declutter again. So we'll do that together a different day because that's too much for today. The foundation primer I'm going to use is the Merle Norman 24 Karat Gold Firming Foundation Primer. This used to be my SD card was full, and how rude is that? Okay, how rude of you to be full. It's because I haven't edited in ages. So I'm going to take the Merle Norman 24 Karat Gold Firming Foundation Primer. Like I said, this used to be one of my favorites, and then it just kind of like fell off my map for some reason. And there's nothing wrong with this. I've used it relatively recently and there's nothing wrong with it. I just have other things that I like more, but I really enjoy this primer. It's really nice. It gives a glow to your skin. I don't know if it's firming or not. Like, I don't know if I agree with that claim, but it gives a lovely glow to your skin. I honestly bought this because it had gold flecks in it and I thought it looked cool. Yeah, this is one of my old favorites, and you can see the gold flecks on your skin, so I wouldn't recommend wearing this without makeup over it, but when you put on foundation you can't see it anymore. And I actually pulled out another Merle Norman product, which is not what I was expecting. I didn't think that I did, but I did, I guess. So that primer is an oldie but a goodie. I do enjoy that primer, and I need to wipe the container off because it's wet from my makeup remover hands. I always try to keep my makeup really clean, which I know some people absolutely hate that, but I don't know why, but my stuff just has to stay clean. I don't mind if other people's stuff is dirty, but like mine has to stay clean. I don't know, is anybody else like that? Oh, my makeup fell over, that's fine. So I'm gonna take the CC cream by Merle Norman in the shade Light Ivory. I really am just trying to use this up. I have a whole brand new one that needs to be, you know, used, and this is a really nice product. I really enjoy it. Even though it's a CC cream, it has really nice coverage. This is another product by Merle Norman that I really enjoy, that I used to wear like every day, and it just kind of fell off the map for me. Like, I don't know what happened. It just kind of like vanished. You know, I bought some new stuff and I was so focused on the new stuff and new favorites, I just forgot about this. And I like this product. It's really good. I think if you have more mature skin, you would really enjoy this CC cream. Merle Norman is more targeted for people with a more mature skin. Same with like Laura Geller, Bare Minerals. They're kind of all up there together in my opinion. And this is really pretty. I really like it. It used to be an absolute perfect match, and I think it still is, but in the winter time, which is where we are headed, it is a little bit too dark. And the shade range, from what I can remember, is not the best. It's not the best, but I do like this product. I have it. I need to use it up because it's almost empty. Like almost empty, and I'm just now trying to use it up because, like I said, I have it. I want to finish it. I want to, you know, I have a backup. I have a new one, which I don't normally buy backups anymore. I used to buy backups like crazy, and then I realized that I'm not flying through a bunch of products anymore. I used to use things up a lot more, which sounds like a really good thing, but then I got more makeup because I started doing more reviews and more reviews frequently, and I started to incorporate different techniques and different finishes into my YouTube channel. So I just needed more products to do that, and unfortunately led to me not finishing up a whole lot of stuff as quickly. So I don't buy backups anymore unless it's a mascara, because I go through mascaras like water. That is the only product I now buy backups of. If somebody gifts me a product and I already have it, 9 times out of 10 I give it away. Sometimes I'll keep it if I'm like running low or something, but I just don't buy a ton of backups anymore. And I do have some backup mascaras that came, and I use mascaras like crazy. So that's probably like the fastest product I go through is definitely mascara. I go through mascara insane. Like, I just go through them. It's like a product I wear every day. And I really like this foundation. I used to like it a lot more, truthfully. I feel like now it on my skin, now that I'm an adult, because I've been using this CC cream since I was like 15, I think. And I'm not much older, but I am older, and my skin is drier now than it was back then. It does cling to dry patches, which is why I made sure to moisturize before I put on the primer. You should anyway, but I moisturized earlier today, but I knew I needed to moisturize again, and it's still settling in some more of the drier areas, like in between my eyebrows, around my nose, and partially on my cheeks. But unfortunately, most foundations do that. So I'm going to not harp this because I still like it. I like the look of it. It is very light. I don't have to set it if I don't want to. but I probably will today because I set it most of the time, but it's almost gone. So I just want to finish it up. Move on with my life. Concealer, I'm going to take the same concealer that we used earlier just because it's out. That shade is too light for me. 100% that was Caitlin's shade. I know I have one shade in here that was hers, and I believe that's it because this is way too light for me. But hopefully after I set it and like put blush and stuff on, it looks okay. This is like 2012 when everybody was doing the upside down triangle. I know y'all remember that. I know you do. But that's kind of like what this is. It doesn't look terrible, but it definitely brightened my under eyes, which is something that not a lot of concealers do. So it's nice, I guess, for that, but it's not exactly what I was going for today, but that's okay. And to set my under eyes, I'm going to take this. This is another old favorite of mine, but this is a product that I have used recently that I continuously go back to. This is the Wet n Wild Contour Palette in Dolce de Leche. I really enjoy this. I really do. I've used, I think, 3 or 4 of these. I'm going to take the lighter side and set my under eyes today. Is this the bronzer brush? I don't remember. Which one of these had contour on it? That was a mistake I made in a previous video. I grabbed the wrong brush and I put contour under my eyes with my setting powder and I looked dead, but that's okay. This powder is very yellow. I've heard, I don't remember what dupe video, like who it was by, but maybe you guys can tell me in the comments if you remember. But I've heard that this is a dupe for, was it Charlotte Tilbury? I think it was Charlotte Tilbury, and I don't know if I can't testify for that because I've never tried anything by Charlotte Tilbury. But I've heard that. I don't remember who I was watching. I don't remember, but see, when I set it, it's not as intensely like light. This shade is not a perfect shade for me to set under my eyes anyway. Unfortunately, it is a little deep for under my eyes because I'm so fair that it does kind of darken concealer on me, but most powders do that because I'm so fair. I'm the lightest shade, or like second to lightest in like every foundation ever. So it's just something that I've gotten used to, and I feel like when I highlight and stuff, because I do bring highlighter like all the way down, it looks fine. For contour, I'm going to take the same palette. I'm just going to take the darker side of it. Contour with it. Does this have contour on it? I don't know. I'm going to take one of my favorites. This is the Tarte Park Ave Princess bronzer. This is the shimmery one. I like this bronzer. I like it. This one was actually bought on accident because I meant to buy the matte one and I bought this one, and so I went back and bought the matte one, and then I tried them and I liked them both, so I kept them both, obviously. The Revlon Rosy Rendezvous. You guys know I love these powder blushes. I used to use them like religiously. Who is that? That's Hazel. I used to use these like religiously, and then I discovered the Burt's Bees ones, and I love the Burt's Bees ones. We have an audience member, Miss Hazel.
Yeah, Miss Hazel. Hi.
Oh, don't knock that off. Don't knock that off. She says, but I want to.
Look at the Hazel. Yeah. Yeah, her so cute. Look at her. Look. Miss Hazel. Miss Hazel. Her good baby.
This was limited edition, but you guys know how I use limited edition stuff. I purchased it. I'm going to use it. I know a lot of people, I think almost everyone I've ever watched, won't use limited edition things. However, I don't mind doing it because there's so many products out there now. There is something similar to this, and a bunch of people do dupes videos, and you know, you probably have colors similar in your collection already. This is the Wet n Wild Loose Highlighting Powder in Written in the Stars. This was part of their Zodiac collection, and I'm going to take this and highlight with this. I do really like the Wet n Wild Loose highlighters, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to take very little of it from the cap because it is pretty pigmented. See? It's blinding. It's beautiful. I really like the intense highlighter look still. I know a lot of people have like moved on from that and they really want more of like a natural highlighter. I'm still stuck in it. Like, something about glowing for days is just so appealing to me. I think it's because I have dry skin and I'm always so matte all the time. I don't want to be matte. So I'm like, give me all of the glitter, give me all of the glow. I really enjoy this highlighter. It looks so flattering on my skin tone. So I'm gonna take this. This isn't my favorite product, but I'm gonna use it because again, I bought it. I'm going to use it. It's not terrible. And I don't want to give it to somebody because it is, you know, kind of like matched to my brows and stuff. But this is the Benefit Precisely My Brow. I've thought about actually decluttering this anyway because it's not my favorite. I don't really like super skinny brow pencils is what I have discovered. I prefer brow gel, or don't do that, or like my brow blade from Urban Decay. I prefer that. I don't really like skinny pencils like this. So I bought this because I thought I would love it, because a few years ago this was like all the rave, and I realized I'm just not a fan. This is in the shade 3.5. I love Gimme Brow from Benefit. That is like my favorite brow product of life. I don't actually have it because I ran out earlier this year, and I haven't been back to buy one, but that is my favorite brow product ever. I'm gonna take this. This is the Colourpop Crybaby Cream Gel Liner. These liners have quickly become my favorite liners ever. We're almost done, guys. Let me put that in my waterline real quick. I'm going to take the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Lascara. It's a Lascara now. I'm gonna take that, put it on my lashes. I'm gonna curl my lashes first. I did not curl them. Hazel jumped in my lap, made me poke myself in the eye, so we'll clean that up in a minute. I haven't done the lower lash line yet anyway, so not a terrible thing to happen, but she jumped back in my lap, made me stab myself in the eye. The single shade from the James Charles palette, and I'm going to put that across my lower lash line, and I'm gonna put it, I think, here, like the first half. The lower lash line is the part where I'm just making up right now, so we'll see. I have a hand mirror. Where is it? Let's use this so you guys can actually see what I'm doing, and hopefully Hazel doesn't. She's sitting in my lap now. Hopefully she doesn't like hit my elbow. And then I'm gonna take the Playground shade that we used originally. I need to get my little bungee thing here. This is like a dupe for a color switch. Do they even still make color switches? I feel like a few years ago that's like all anybody used, but I haven't seen one in ages. Ages. I don't know if they still make them. Let me know. But I'm gonna take Playground. This brush is from Alamar Cosmetics. I got it in a BoxyCharm and I like it. I really like the Alamar Cosmetics brushes. The ones that I have tried, I've gotten them all from BoxyCharm in the past and I love them. I'm gonna take a little bit of cola, not a whole lot, just a wee, and put it right on the outer edge. The James Charles palette again, and you're gonna fall, baby. And I'm going to take the white shade Flashback. I'm gonna highlight my brow bone with that shade. Hazel, you're getting your hair everywhere. Like, look at that. You're getting it everywhere, girl.
Hazel, what are you doing, Hazel?
I need to film the introduction video for my pets, but I don't have individual clips of them, which is what I was going to do, but I think I might just do it with pictures, because you know how hard it is to get my pets doing something by themselves instead of playing with their siblings. It's impossible. I can't do it. Then I'm gonna take the shade Ring Light, which is this one next to Canvas, and I'm gonna highlight my inner corner with that. I told you guys I had the massive version of the James Charles palette. I know they have a smaller one now, and I believe that's the one that's at Ulta still, and I think Morphe might even still have some on their website. I can't remember, but I know they're discontinuing this. But the last I had seen it, it hasn't been discontinued yet. So I don't know. I don't know when it'll happen. I don't know. But I have the palette, I bought it, and I'm using it, okay? Now I'm gonna take the Colourpop Bambi lashes, and oh dear, these are so beautiful. I'm so excited to wear these. I really like the Chica lashes from Colourpop, and I really like the looks of these, so I'm hoping that I like them. But first I'm going to take the Marl Norman Expert Touch Finishing Spray. It's purple, and I think it might be a little bit too much, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna commit to the look. This is the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in Purple Panic. I don't know if they still have this shade, but I know lots and lots of brands have a purple lipstick now. Let's see, Kat Von D has one, or KVD Vegan Beauty has one. Oh, it looks like I have a mullet. I'm gonna leave it because I think it's humorous. I don't have a mullet, but it looks like I have a hot pink mullet, so it's kind of funny. My hair is still wet, so it's not really able to be like fully styled, so I just kind of pinned it back with a clip because my hair is still wet and it's still drying, and I'm letting it air dry because it's hot pink and I don't want to use heat on it because I don't want to damage my hair, and I don't know how I've lucked out my hair is not damaged. So that is what the lipstick looks like on. I don't hate it, but it's definitely not a lipstick that I would typically wear, which I think is why she chose it, because she's trying to get me to do color combinations and lip combinations that I normally wouldn't do. So it's working, but it has me feeling some type of way. But that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, even though I'm not the biggest fan of it. Maybe you guys enjoy it. Maybe you guys liked it. Oh, Wasabi! Look at Wasabi. He's a good boy. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Anyway, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. And I'll see you in my next video.